Between 207 AD and 265 AD, China was divided into three powerful kingdoms: Wei, Wu, and Shu. These three empires were constantly at war with each other. In the Shu kingdom, there was a brilliant general named Zhuge Liang. For some reason, Zhuge Liang had sent most of his army to a distant military camp. He himself stayed in a small city with only a handful of soldiers. Time passed normally, until something completely unexpected happened. One day, a guard rushed to Liang and said, "Master, some soldiers have reported that your enemy, Sima Yi, is marching toward this city with a massive army." Liang asked calmly, "How large is the army?" The guard replied, "Around 150,000 soldiers." Liang suddenly found himself in a hopeless situation. He had only about 100 soldiers with him. When the people around him heard this news, panic spread everywhere. Everyone thought their famous leader would soon be captured. But Liang didn't waste time blaming his situation or his luck. Instead, he made a decision that an ordinary mind could never imagine. He ordered his soldiers, "Take down all the flags from the city walls, open the main gates, and all of you hide." The soldiers looked at each other in confusion. This command made no sense to them. But Liang repeated firmly, "Do exactly as I say." The soldiers obeyed. Then Liang climbed to the top of the highest wall facing the main gate. Wearing his ceremonial robes, he calmly sat there and began playing a lute while quietly praying. After some time, Sima Yi arrived outside the city with his massive army. Ignoring the approaching soldiers, Liang continued playing his music calmly. At the front of the army stood Sima Yi. When he saw the man on the wall, he immediately recognized him, Zhuge Liang. Sima Yi stood there silently for a while, thinking. Then, suddenly, he gave an order to his entire army. "Retreat. Everyone, go back immediately." And just like that, his 150,000 soldiers turned around and left. Why did this happen? If we had to answer in one word, that word would be reputation. This story perfectly explains Law 5 from the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is the foundation of power. A strong reputation can win battles even before they begin. If someone attacks your reputation, they weaken the very base of your power. Therefore, you must protect your reputation at all costs. At the same time, you should learn to attack the reputation of your enemies. If you succeed, their power will collapse on its own. Let's look again at Zhuge Liang. Liang was also known as the Sleeping Dragon. His strategic brilliance was famous across all three kingdoms. On one occasion, an enemy soldier came to Liang's camp pretending to defect and offered to give information. Liang instantly understood it was a trick. He ordered the man to be executed, but stopped the execution at the last moment. The terrified soldier begged for his life. Then Liang said, "If you work for me, I will spare you." The soldier agreed. From that moment, he began giving false information to Liang's enemies, helping Liang win several battles. In another incident, Liang secretly stole a military seal and used it to create fake orders commanding enemy troops to move elsewhere. Because the documents carried the official seal, the soldiers believed them and left the city. While the city was empty, Liang quickly captured it. Through such clever strategies, Zhuge Liang built a powerful reputation as the most intelligent general in China. Over time, his name itself became a weapon. His enemies feared him so much that even when he stood alone, they suspected a trap. That's exactly what happened when Sima Yi reached the city gate. He believed Liang must have prepared an ambush. Even with 150,000 soldiers, Sima Yi did not dare to enter. This is the power of reputation.
A strong reputation becomes a protective wall around you. Now let's move forward to 1841. A young showman named P.T. Barnum wanted to build a reputation as a great entertainer. He wanted to buy the American Museum in Manhattan, but he didn't have enough money. Although the museum cost only $1,000, the owners ultimately sold it to another buyer because that person had a stronger reputation. Barnum quickly understood something important. If he couldn't build his reputation quickly, he could attack the reputation of his rival. He started a newspaper campaign, criticizing the museum owners and questioning their competence. He spread doubt among the public. Soon, the rival museum's reputation collapsed. Barnum used humor and public performances to make fun of their exhibitions, and eventually people stopped trusting them. Barnum's reputation grew, while his rival's reputation collapsed. The lesson here is simple. Doubt is a powerful weapon. When you strategically raise doubts about someone's reputation, they often cannot escape the damage. But there is also a warning. Thomas Edison once tried to destroy the reputation of Nikola Tesla. Tesla promoted alternating current, or AC, electricity, while Edison supported direct current, or DC. To prove AC was dangerous, Edison performed cruel demonstrations, even electrocuting animals. This shocked the public and damaged Edison's own reputation. So, when attacking someone's reputation, you must be careful. If you go too far, you might destroy your own image. In society, people judge others mostly by what they can see: your appearance, your behavior, your words, your actions, your consistency. All of these things combine to create your reputation. And reputation determines how people treat you. If you don't control your reputation, people will create one for you. So protect it carefully, because reputation is not just an image, it is power.